Okay, apologize, just using my GoPro for this, but you only see all these instructions on how to put in a light bulb. Wow, light bulb. Like, I don't need instructions on how to put in a light bulb. I did need instructions on how to put in the flasher unit. This thing. Like, how did we find this thing? This is the load balancer from Custom Dynamics. You know, like I said, we're upgrading our, and we're looking for this connector, and I didn't see it anywhere, but I knew I had to be on the right track. Like, here's where I hook up my fuel pack, and there's the fuse box, master fuse. I picked up another one for $4. And when I hooked up these rear LEDs in the antenna hole, so I did away with that, even though I left the connector in there. You know, I abandoned the line, but I made sure and tied everything off and heat shrinked it. And I knew it had to be close because these wires were the ones for the brake lights, and that's how I hooked those up to supplement the brake lights. So I knew it had to be here somewhere, and we found it right here. And now all we gotta do is kind of get that thing. It's connected to the bike, so we're gonna see what it takes to get that thing off so I can get out there and access that plug. But it's obviously the right one. See, there's 6 wires going in, and that's the kind of connector we got there, 6 wires. So as soon as we get that unplugged, we'll find a place to set this damn thing, and then we can go back and finish putting our fucking bulbs in. Just give you people, you know, some real instructions. I don't need no goddamn video on how, tell me how to put in a fucking light bulb. Okay, we'll find what's securing that bike. Rocks back and forth a little bit. That thing's really hidden in there. And apparently that's our connector. The male's buried down in there, and here's the female. And now we're going to plug this in and find some place to hide this. Either we're going to go under the fender, or we'll just go on top of the computer or something. Okay, we got our load balancer. Got that connected. I couldn't even get that off the frame. It's stuck in there somehow. It didn't have a slide on it. So we're gonna zippy tie all this crap off. And first we gotta finish watching the video on how to pop a lens cap off and stick in a fucking bulb. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't cuss those guys so much. We're trying to help, but you know, this is where the help was, finding this. And this thing was pretty much hidden under this whole mess here, which I've actually zip tied the whole mess out of the way temporarily. I'll remove that zip tie and try to think of a place to put this. There's plenty of room. It could go here, maybe. Of course, it depends. I've got a bunch of wires there. I have to go. And let's see, my fuel pack, I usually keep it right there. I put some Velcro on it, and I just couldn't get some of the Velcro. I got the stick, and some of it I couldn't. Anyway, that's hooked up. So what we're going to do is finish up with the bulbs. And before I zip tie all this crap down, I'm going to do their little training thing, which they say where you have to train the LED, train the computer for the LEDs. So we're going to do that. Okay, we've installed these, and we got a little extra right there. Okay, that's flashing amber. Let me turn it off. And it returns to white. And there's the rear. Let's see, I don't know if I can reach a brake pedal or not. Now we got lots of LEDs. Those kind of just go in there whopper jawed. There's no fit or anything to those. I think that's kind of something they need to address. It's also easy to get those things caught inside the lens. They just kind of fit in there whopper jawed, although they appear to be tight. You know, like that one's sitting in there pretty straight. And that one's sitting in there a little whopper jawed. I might take another shot at that. I think that's something for, you know, they're charging $265 for this fucking thing. I think they ought to put an O-ring in there or something. Or maybe just put a little piece of rubber trim around there to get that to properly center inside the, it's basically just rests right on top of the old reflector. And it's just kind of free to flop around a little bit, although they seem to be a pretty tight fit now. But you can see that one's setting off just a little bit, and that one's sitting pretty square. So, hey, for the kind of money they're asking. For headers, in case you couldn't hear me over that. Here I temporarily tied off these wires to get them out of my face. There's where I connected those little antenna plug fillers. God, my bike's just, man, this thing gets dirty every day. Here's the O2 sensors for the front and the rear. Yeah, I guess they're marked on the Harley pipe. So we'll see. Yeah, there they are. There's the other side of them. There's where the O2 sensors, you have to unplug those, fish them through there, and then you can get the pipes off. And hopefully I can get those O2 sensors out without too much trouble. Anything that's hot, sometimes they'll seize the threads, so I always put a little anti-seize compound on the threads, like on spark plugs and stuff like that. Anyway, now we're going to find a place for this to rest, to call itself a happy home. Stuff it in some friggin' hole somewhere, and call this turn signal business finished, except I'm not real thrilled about the way that one's sitting in there. I mean, it's just good. I keep getting flashed by people when I'm on my low beams. I need to re-aim those, and we'll take care of that when we put the, get rid of this and put the oil gauge in there. Oil temperature gauge. So I got a mounted sensor. Find where it plugs in over by the master cylinder, front master cylinder, and then reuse that loom. And apparently the plug-in on the back must be the same. We just reuse that. Anyway, here it is. To recap that, it's our flasher. It's plugged in now, and let's start tie strapping things down. And we're done. Now we're cool. We got fucking LED turn signal. Okay. Got everything zip tied back in. So that's for the flasher. Although it's hard to tell. It is plugged in there, and here comes the wire. And I just zipped it to the couple of leftover tabs on the computer. And there it is sitting right there. kind of nestled in. Kind of looks like a spot like she belongs there. So I tried fishing it through here, so I wanted this wire to go under. I verified the seat's only making contact there on these two hard points. So I'm glad they put those on there and designed the seat to fit it. So here we go, and put all this crap back together, and now we've got LEDs and we're cool. Okay, we're all done. Well, that's just too cool. Not real nuts about how those LEDs sit in there. That's just kind of sloppy for the money they're asking. Yeah, I thought for shits and giggles I took that Airhawk seat off and put the stock one back on. You know, I'm not real thrilled about buying that thing. This stock seat actually has pretty high quality foam in it. So maybe it was an upgrade. All I gotta do is slap the bags back on and stop draining the battery. Anyway, the smoke lenses do look pretty cool. That's my security going off. Yeah, this seems to be compatible with security and everything else, so fairly happy with my turn signal upgrade kit. Let's take a look here. Here's the box it came in. Complete LED, custom dynamics, and for my bike it was the 1157 all the way around. So got an extra set of those now. Alright, more shit to bolt on the bike, and then Tuesday we get the headers, and we'll put the headers on, and then we'll get rid of these cheap ass Carry Flaws Racing and put these neighbor haters on, which are way better built. I mean, they just look better all the way around. So kudos to Cobra, man. That's a good looking rear end on that pipe. I think it's way better than those stupid little diamond cut, little black tips, fancy cuts. These don't even look like they belong on there. That's what, at least on these, at least the tips look like they belong on the pipe, instead of some little added goober ding dong.